the rest. I never switch.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the London Monarchs. This is fielded at the goal line. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Here we go. Set.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. They'll look to throw. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 60 outlaw. 58. Come on. Squeeze, double. Kill.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll drop the throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Now Gordon on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Complete. It's Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Gordon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's 2nd and 8. On the crossing route, complete. That's Lamb. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Let them know. 42, fellas, let's go. Man, I got you. Ready.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up second and 2 at the 15-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Saquon Barkley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Saquon Barkley. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 1st down, it's Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice carry there of 15 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Gordon. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
At the Jets' 32-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Mike, 53.
2nd and 5. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, defense.
Back to throw here. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And his guys have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll run with Barkley, and he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Come on, come on. Check, check. Lucky.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Okay, ready. Check, right 54. Right 54. Hey, D-line, let's get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a two-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. He has just eclipsed the 13,000-yard mark for his career. What a career it's been. Incredible running the football. Now a play fake here on first down. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position. They went zone blitz there, obviously successful. What makes the zone blitz successful?
Well, just go ahead and let's break the term down. Zone means they're going to play zone behind them in coverage, not man-to-man. But the zone blitz, why it's confusing to offenses? Because oftentimes defensive ends are...
And the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Tillery, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it stays up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Good running from Barkley there on first down as he'll get forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Set, ready. 10 mobile. Rip right.
2nd and 9 now. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check right, check right.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 1st down carry for Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. This is Barkley. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. On 3rd down, Barkley. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, he's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never say never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They're going to run it with Barkley, and he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it? He's got a man, complete. And yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed, and now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
A very important extra point there, up and good. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Second and 6. He's got his big tight end, Fant. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Barkley. "25 yards the pick up there, and also a first down." Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback uses.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something